For real. Say the TV stand for tracks and vocals. You know this is easier than 1, 2, 3. You are now tuned in to Just Swagg TV. Just Swagg TV.
How you doing today?
Good, man. How you, man?
Man, good to see you, bro.
Too, bro.
Man, I feel like I ain't seen you in a long time, man.
Been a minute,
How
man.
long has it been?
I ain't seen you since you left the DaBLOCK, man. So it's had been, you've been gone, what, 4 or 5 years now, right? Yeah, I think last time I seen you, did a little spot in Waldorf, right in this, where the cigar lounge was at. That's the last time I seen you.
What's that, Thai Cafe?
Thai Cafe,
Yeah.
that was it. That was a bit ago. See, memory kind of good when it want to be.
What's your name?
Simon Says, man. I'm Washington, D.C. area, man. I'm born in Washington, D.C.
Is it regular Simon Says?
Yeah, it's just Simon Says.
Alright, and like Simon Says, like you do anything that you want to do.
I do stand up, man. Oh yeah, okay. Let me give you the
Yeah,
rundown.
Who are you?
Comedian Simon Says.
Oh,
Let me
okay,
put
there
that.
we
Let me
go.
put that umph on it because
Uh-huh.
that matters. I don't want people looking up the game and be red, blue, and orange. No, that ain't me. I'm comedian Simon Says, right out of Washington D.C. But raised in Sea Pleasant, Maryland. I gotta represent my Maryland side. I know a lot of cats they don't want to admit to being from Maryland, but I'm from Maryland.
How long you been down here?
I've been down here now since 2018, so that's about 2 years, almost 3 years now. Almost 3 years, man.
What made you take the trip?
It was time for a change, man. You know, my city is pretty much dominated by one form of entertainment, which is like go-go. So I just felt like the level field wasn't. I didn't have an advantage just doing stand-up, so I had to go somewhere that I have a level. You know, like I can do my acting and my comedy, kind of bring it to the forefront and have equal opportunity because it just didn't have the resources back home.
What type of, how did you get started? Let's go there. How did you get started with comedy? Or how did you get started with entertainment? Let's go there first. Because you may not have started out as a comedian.
I actually did start out as a comedian. Make a short story short, a buddy of mine was supposed to take me to a comedy club. I used to be out on the block with the fellas joning. So a buddy of mine, he said, I'm gonna take you to the comedy club tonight. You're gonna do 3 minutes, you're gonna win $250. It was Father's Day, 2008. I waited around. He never showed up. Later on that night, my phone blowing up. Everybody, man, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm like, what the hell everybody talking about? I turned on the news. He got gunned down the day he was supposed to take me to the comedy show. So I didn't go then because, you know, I had to get him in the ground and all that. But his wife actually was the one that said, you know, he really wanted you to do this comedy stuff. And she took me to my first open mic. And I gave the dude my government name. And he introduced me as comedian Simon Says. And it kind of like stuck with me. I was like, I don't know. I got up there. It was 3 minutes. And then I was doing well. They kept saying, keep going, keep going. I was like, oh, this too easy, right? I can stay and just talk my talk. And we get paid for this. I was like, so I won. And, you know, it was an ongoing weekly thing. I won the week I was there. So I said, man, I'm going to keep going. And started doing podcasts and short film and YouTube series. And this ain't even work for me. It's the best thing I've ever did for myself because it gives me peace. You know, you got to have some type of peace. And I feel great about it.
You ever worked a 9 to 5?
Of course, I did work a 9 to 5 for many years, but I feel as though they pay you a certain amount of money to chase their dream, not yours. So I work for myself now. But yeah, I did have to work a 9 to 5 financially. This wasn't paying a whole lot at first, but just something kept telling me this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't it. And my dad used to always say, chase your dream or you'll spend the rest of your life working for somebody that chased theirs. So I just stepped out and had to do me.
What makes a comedian funny?
To me, I know a lot of stuff has swayed to the internet skits and all that, but to me, it's the rawest form is can you do stand up? To me, it's just you, that mic, the audience. It's no edit button. It ain't no hold on, stop, let's do that again. It ain't none of that. When it come out, it just come out. It's raw. It's like, and then everybody in the crowd think they're funny. You'll see somebody trying to finish your joke or add on to your joke. You don't get that with singers. You'll never see somebody at a Beyonce concert trying to out-sing her. They're like, oh, dog, this is comedians, man, hey yo, but what if you, yo, man, yo, everybody, hey man, cuz, man, everybody funny. So, and then you have to be able to improv too. I just like the rawest form of comedy. I love the internet comedy. I don't knock that stuff, but you giving all that stuff away for free, and then ask people to come see you. A lot of people it work for, but think about the hundreds of comedians, 1,000 comedians that do skits every day, but then they go to put up a flyer, they get 5 comments. I just don't see giving all that stuff away for free all the time.
What would you say some of the people in comedy are right now? Like, who have you looked up to? Who has kind of been there part of your journey? Any people that we might know?
Back home, my local comedians, Tony Woods. Shout out to my man Lawrence Owens. You might not know him, but Tony Woods is, he was one of Dave Chappelle's mentor. Ashley Larry Donnell Rollins from DC area. Tommy Davidson has gave me a couple of shows and gave me a lot of advice. Then I got a few cats down here, that's from the Atlanta area, K Dub, my man Steve, a couple of people that has tape. But a lot of my advice come from comedians that you may not know, the people may not know unless you're really into this game, but they have weight, like just like not say Kevin Hart, but somebody on that next level, like your Mike Epps. They kind of on that level, but they just haven't taped anything. But you give them a microphone, and don't nobody want to follow them. So I respect that.
How do you feel about comedians today? Are they funny?
I think the game is wide open now, but I think people kind of use that word comedian too loosely. Like to me, it's my opinion. If you don't do stand up, I don't see you as a comedian. I see you as an entertainer, an actor. But if you don't do stand up and get $1 off of it, that way you're a paid comedian. I just don't see you as anybody can make a skit today, get 1,000 views, and be like, oh, I'm a comedian. They put that in their title. Hold on. Hold on. Just because I play 2K real good don't mean I'm an NBA player. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get the chance to just do that just because you do something online. That's not the same. You actually got to get out there on the court, take a couple of shots, boom. Then, hey, one show, if you want to deem yourself as a comedian, go ahead, be my guest. But that's just my opinion, though.
What have you learned moving down here from DC to the South? What have you learned about the people and the culture?
What I love about down here is, as long as you nice at what you do, people respect it. Because I guess they have people from all over, so they're used to out-of-towners. But they open you and embrace you with open arms as long as you're good at what you do and they believe in you. They can kind of look in your soul and look in your eyes and tell, oh, this dude's fake. He ain't about nothing. Because they done probably seen it all down here. They done probably seen all kind of form of entertainment. But what I say about the culture, they do push their own. They do push their own harder than, they might be beefing, but you'll never know. It be some in-house stuff until they hit the mainstream on the internet. But they push their own, and they gonna stick with their own. I don't hear all I hear in the South on the radio is down South music pretty much. I don't hear too much hip-hop from up north. I hear all down South. I might hear Drake. But other than that, these cats would be like, ooh, little me from around South, over South Side. Like, what is this?
Let's skip the subject a little bit. Are you in a relationship?
Yes.
All right. How long have you been in a relationship?
I've been married now for almost 3 years, man. It's my fourth marriage.
All right. Fourth time's a charm.
I don't know. At this point, I'm just doing it to be doing it.
How has being married affected your entertainment life?
It hasn't affected it. It kind of give me a peace. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't be single. I need, first of all, I need somebody to lie to. Secondly, it's just that there's a lot that come with being single, man. Don't have no responsibility for me. I'm too wild, man. I need somebody that, all right, get home now. Like, I need that, because not having that, man,
Does she support your comedy?
Yeah. That's the only reason, can't be with them if they don't support it. This ain't a race. It's a marathon. You got to be at this for the long haul. It's nights of not being able to lay next to you, nights of, you being the butt of the jokes. It's a lot that come with this. So you gotta have somebody with thick skin. That's anybody that's in this type of game.
What do you plan to do now that you're down here? What is planned for you in 2020, 2021?
To do more auditions and get more acting roles and get in front of the cameras as much as possible. That's the whole goal. Like stand up, I'm not putting it on the back burner, but like I want to be able to get that TV career and come back and say, hey, I do stand up too. Now you can book me for the price got to go up now. You know what I'm saying? So.
Have you done any stand up at any of the theaters here?
Yeah, I've done. Yeah, but I was coming down here doing that prior to me moving here, though. I just was coming down here, but I didn't come strictly for comedy. I came more so for acting.
Okay. Have you done any auditions for any movies?
Yeah, I done
short
films. Was on the grant, man. Things was getting rolling, and then COVID happened. So now it got to pick back up again. I ain't gonna make no excuses. People want to make excuses. Shit happens, man. You gotta be able to bounce back, man.
How has COVID affected comedy?
I mean, nobody getting any money. They just now starting to get their shows back up. But I mean, how many people can you really have? You can't have all those sold out arenas. I think the bigger comedians were more affected because they can't have that many people in the arena at large gathering. A little small chilling circuit comedians like myself, 50 to 100 people, they spaced out. It ain't gonna affect my money. I'm gonna get my money. Now that things are starting to roll back up. But what I will say is the pickings is fewer. The promoter not spending money on really the foo from over here. Just this is first night doing comedy. They want what they want when they want it. They don't mind paying the price because everybody got some pandemic money right now. But if you ain't getting booked right now, you might got to look at your setting. Maybe it's not strong as you thought it was.
What do you see as the next step for comedy as far as technology goes?
The way things are changing, I think it's going towards the internet for sure. I ain't trying to fight that. Like I'd be stupid to not see it coming because it's such a big. You got people, cats overnight blowing up, making millions. I think it's going towards the internet. You got a lot of improv shows that's popping up on YouTube. People just going to YouTube. They trying to get some money, man. So I think it's going that route. I'm not gonna miss that wave. As stubborn as I want to be, I'd be a fool. Opportunity present itself, not to people can say you sold out, whatever. Like I didn't get in this game I got in this game to change my life, not to just be the man around the beltway. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to provide for my family, take care of my family, and that's that.
What else do you want to do besides acting and comedy? Anything else?
Um,
You've been good at?
I want to do radio. I've really been trying to dab in radio. I'm talking about like I want like a segment on a syndicated radio show. I like a Steve Harvey type. That's the ultimate goal for real. Like I really want to do radio because I think like not morning. I'm not a morning person, but you put me around this time of day, I think I could bring a lot to the table with the right team, of course.
How did you feel about the George Floyd situation? The murder.
Yeah. I just think, and this is my opinion, the whole thing on the grand scheme of things, from the murder, we talking about the murder right now. So I think it just seemed like they just press a button in the office, like it's time to kill somebody black. It just seemed like it, when it stopped for a while, then when it happens, it's like every other month. It's like, man, to get us to focus on this, and what are they doing pushing behind us? It's like, man, that really was crazy. Like, it really put his knee on the guy's neck for 8 minutes and some change. And, you know, I I don't know, because still gotta go to trial. It's still a touchy thing, but you know, definitely shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. But I mean, the repercussion of it, people tired, man. People tired. And I'm not gonna sit here. These younger generations, they don't care. They blow up everything. They don't love nothing. They don't care about that. Man, I wish, man. Look, I'm telling you. If I was still in my 20s, I'd have been at Lenox Mall that night. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I missed that boat. Bama's, it's Gucci bags everywhere out here tonight, man. Listen, man, I ain't talking too much, man, but everything is cell phone. Everything was out here that week, man. It was plentiful out here. I missed it, boat, man. I missed it.
What's the best advice you can give a young black man who's out here confused, lost, trying to figure out what's going on socially in the world with police brutality and injustice, and a little boy who doesn't have any leadership at home as far as a father? What would you say to that little boy?
To the little boy, as far as a father, you know, nowadays these kids, they don't look at what you say. They don't know Martin Luther King. Hell, some of them don't even know Michael Jordan. They don't watch ESPN. They look into the people who flash that money. You know, that's they want to be that guy. So it's kind of hard to tell a little kid, man, hey, man, you grow up to be anything you want to be when all they see is every rapper got all the girls, all the money. So you just got to be real with them. You can't even play with them because the internet not going to play with them. This world going to spank them as soon as they get out here. You got to keep it real, especially you got little boys. Like, look, man, first of all, at a certain age, every little boy should know how to act when a cop pull them over. I think that's mandatory. I think look, cop pull you over, keep your hands up. Yes, sir. No, sir. If you got a cell phone, turn it on. That just got to be something like. But you just got to let them know, like, man, this stuff on this phone is fake. Them Pammers ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really, they not who they say they are. It's fake. It's just like make believe. So, if that's what you want to do, I'd rather you not. But whatever you do, just be real about it. You know what I'm saying? It just got to have real conversations because that fake stuff over, all that make believe and my child, man, your child definitely wants to be like that next rapper or that girl or that guy on TV. And as far as the young man that's lost out here, I tell him pretty much the same thing. Like, look, don't use your life based upon what you see on your cell phone, because go to school. That's what you want to do. I'm not the type of person to go to college, but I will say this, this year alone changed a lot of things. You got to have a hustle, multiple hustle, multiple income. You can't depend on the 9 to 5 because, as you saw here, I blossomed doing this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no 9 to 5. This was one of the best things that ever happened to me in my business. But I know a lot of people sitting at home didn't get unemployment, didn't get a stimulus. They they facing disaster. Once everything opened back up, like how you gonna catch back up on all your bills? So you definitely gotta have multiple streams of income. That's what I would tell them. Like if it ain't making money, it ain't positive. Just stop because that ain't it. Because in the long run, you gonna get jammed up.
Simon Says Comedy. Where can people follow you?
On everything, you can follow me at Simon Says Crazy, one word. Simon Says Crazy on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Hell, I'm still on Black Planet. I signed your guest book on that. I'm on MySpace still. I'm still on everything, man. I'm still out here, man.
Are you gonna vote?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's important. I think I think your voice need to be heard, and you had the power to vote if you can't vote, because a lot of people who don't vote, you know, that wish they could be in the position to vote would love your opportunity. I mean, rather who you choose, that's not me. I ain't about to sit here and tell you why this person, because I'm be honest with you, and it's on the record. I ain't even about to say this is the worst choices of elections I've ever had to deal with in my life. It's like, who do you really pick? Nobody want to have this conversation, but like people speak bad on Trump, but one thing about he never act like he cared for us, or he never liked us, and he just told us like, "Oh, I don't fuck with y'all, but I'll be president, so I got it." And you can't do nothing but respect it. You know what I'm saying? But then I was around when Hillary was running, and when that Pizzagate stuff came up. If y'all not familiar with that, look up the Pizzagate and those emails. And I know Biden name kept coming up, so I'm kind of like, like if you got kids, I don't know, bro. Like it's deeper than the grand scheme of things of just picking A or B on this election, Joe. You really gotta know your candidates and who you stand behind. So I not want to sit here and say, oh, you need to vote for this person because of this, and this. That ain't my job, but I just say go vote.
How do you feel when they say black people are supposed to vote Democratic?
Damn fool. If you really know the history behind the Democratic Party, that was the ones that had us in slavery. If you really want to be technical, the Republicans was the ones that was for the black people. But that's a conversation people don't really want to have. It just sound right because they think Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. They didn't really want to. It was the New World Order. They didn't want Negroes in Boston and the upper parts of the states that made your property value decrease. They really didn't want to free the slaves, but the South was that powerful with all that cotton that, bam, like we gotta break that monogamy. You can't keep sending them all this money, but that cotton was powerful though. A lot of slaves didn't leave when they freed them. They still worked for $2 and $3. That party stuff, man, that's for the birds, man. That's like saying, if you a Leo, I'm a Leo, you a Sag, we all gonna act the same. We ain't gonna act the same. We might have the same traits, but we're not gonna be the same people, bro. Like it's impossible. So that party stuff, that's just a title.
Why do you think people look down on African Americans who speak up against what a group of, I guess, African Americans would say you're Why do they talk against someone who's actually speaking up, who say they are a black Republican, or who say that they are not for a Democratic Party?
Because they've been brainwashed. They've been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed with politics, religion for so long that anything out of the ordinary make you sound crazy. That's like when you see a homeless guy on the corner, he babbling, and you like, oh, he crazy. That's just the character that they paint on him. But if you sit there and listen to him, some of the stuff he's saying, he ain't lying. He's telling the truth. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people that's been brainwashed, and then when it's not in traditional, it's not in the ordinary, it sounds crazy to you because it's like, oh. But deep down inside, I think they know they just scared. They just wanna. They don't wanna. They don't. People say they want change, but it's so easy to go with the flow and not be the outcast. That when one is the outcast, but oh no, he on something, he on drugs, or he crazy, or they find something. Oh, he was smoking on the internet 5-10 years ago. They find something to tear up your character to make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about. You crazy. You just sitting around getting high and drunk all the time. So nobody want to be the villain.
How do you feel about comedians like Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle? Comedians that are out who have been famous, who have done lots and lots of things, but who have made some bad choices, and it has affected their comedy. How do you feel your journey will be different from theirs?
I'll be honest with you. Those cats got called out on stuff that they done years prior to them blowing up. Yeah, I don't know. I probably done a lot of stuff that somebody can come back and bite me. I can't even worry about that because I'm gonna tell you something. Controversy still sells. It ain't when all that stuff happened, them bambas can go put out a special and get some money because people want to hear the truth. They want to hear their side. So as long as you can capitalize, if you're in a position to capitalize on, I say capitalize on it. Just own up. Just get in front of the bus. Own up to your mistakes. I was wrong, or F you. I don't feel like I was wrong. This is why I did it. But you just take, take ownership and keep it pushing. Like, don't let it beat you upside the head, man. You rich. You got other problems to worry about. As long as you pay your taxes, the hell with people come and see you, support you. The hell what people think, bro. Keep going.
Simon Says Comedy. Thank you so much for being on Just Swagg TV. The blog has been a pleasure. How can people get in contact with you?
Everything. Simon Says Crazy. That's Instagram. That's Twitter. That's Snapchat. That's Facebook. Simon Says Crazy. All one word.
Hey, man. It's been a pleasure having you on Just Swagg TV. The block. See y'all next time, man. Simon Says in the building.
This comedian Simon Says, man. I'm on the block, man, with Just Swagg's TV, man. Just had a dope interview. Boy, Swagg, man. I really appreciate them for having me. Make sure you follow me on everything at Simon Says Crazy, all one word. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. Peace.
Sweet as swag, 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 swag. Yeah. Just Swagg TV.